Happy Tuesday. Welcome you guys to Niche Deep with my good old friend Bunny over here, Saff, and me, Hills. We are happy to bring you all the insanity that you would normally have at a 3 a.m. sort of sleepover kind of feels. That's the kind of vibes that we want to give off. Just just kind of talk, shoot the shit. Why not? Why the hell not? Am I right?
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell I am anymore. That's fine. It's just an existential crisis. Anyways, so the only person that I really wanted to take this moment to give a quick shout out though to the Pringles can, because God, the endless amount of frustration that I had that I can't fit my whole hand into the bottom whenever there's a fourth of them left.
That, or you have to jangle it around and they smash into pieces,
Yeah.
and you're like, what is happening?
Yeah, I know. And
I need a can opener for the other end.
Pringles have been around for so long. The engineers are like, no, let them fight for it. It's more fun that way.
We're practicing for our cornucopia run in
Right.
the eventual Hunger Games that is America.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were like,
Absolutely.
no, we'll start warming them up early. That'll be good.
That's amazing.
Yeah. That was my. I have not had Pringles. God, when was the last time I had Pringles? Actually in the can. I'm thinking it's been a very long time.
Well, recently I made a bunch of dice towers out of Pringle cans, and Sierra, me, Daniel, and Jerry, we were just eating through them. Sav and I were like, we can get through them in 2 days.
Yeah, and we did.
And we did.
And we did.
We absolutely did. Oh, man.
What's up from isolation? Yo, Chim, hope you feel better, dude. Hello, Courage, which every single time I look at your name, still to this day, I think it's Cougar Monger, and it's not. It's
Cougar Monger.
I don't know why. My brain's like, it's Cougar. And I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's really not.
It is now. It is now.
It's always, for now and forever.
Incredible. So this week has been, we had Christmas, which is great, and people are running around doing all kinds of shenanigans. But I thought it was really funny because I noticed when I was out grocery shopping, and the length that people will go to, and I'm part of this problem, right, is the lengths that people will go through to open doors without using their hands. And they got the T-Rex elbow thing going, or they try to, and it brings me endless joy to watch, people watch other people trying to open up doors without using their hands in attempts to not have to Germex their hands every 8 seconds, and it brings me endless joy.
My favorite ones are in the bathroom, always. And I don't know if there's no way it's the same in the men's bathroom, but in the women's bathroom,
No.
it's okay, I just washed my hands. I'm going to open the door. Somebody just let the door close. I'm going to catch it with my foot. Oh no, I'm too far away from the paper towel thing, but I'm still going to reach and try and suture straight. Yep, and then they're okay, it's fine. That one kills me.
Chim has said that the men do it too. Can confirm.
Really?
Good to know.
That is
wow.
Really, we're not alone. Got it.
That's
got
good.
It.
I'm very surprised.
My favorite thing is that there are little door, they have these all over the place, but they've become more popular now, is they have little door hooks at the bottom of the door for your foot. So you can literally just put your toes underneath it and pull with your toes, and it opens the door. It's so much better. Oh yeah, it's really hard to notice because we don't have that established here in Florida, but it's so much better because you just use your toe to open up the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have them at the airport. I know that for a fact.
Oh, there you go.
And probably because it's a petri dish of disease.
Yeah.
Wear your masks, folks. Thank you. Over your nose and mouth.
Yeah.
Over your nose and your mouth.
Courage says just grab the paper towel first, but it's whenever you're washing your hands and you're seeing that somebody's closing the door way too late, and you're like, oh wait, no, I'm gonna catch it, and then you're like, oh shit. And there's
genuinely the same sense of panic when you see someone coming towards the door and you don't know if they're leaving the building also, and then you hold it for too long, and then you let it go, and then they start walking.
I know, and you're like, wait, no.
I tried, and then you do the little awkward,
and then you just have to sever the line. It's one of those movies where you're like, hold on to my hand, Jack, and you're like, yeah, it's been too long now, I have to let go.
Like, listen, I tried to do my part. I waited a whole 8 Mississippis and you weren't there. So
Not the Mississippis.
Oh, honey, I measure everything in Mississippi. We are in Florida.
I was about to say, for the one Canuck in here, do you have a counter like that? Because in America we have Mississippis, so we would be like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and that's like a way to actually count a second. Obviously, you guys don't have Mississippi, so do you have a counter?
While we're on this and waiting for our favorite Canuck, I was just thinking about this. There's a saying that my elementary school teacher, one of them, said that it's only 1 Mississippi if you're not from Mississippi, because they always got 1 Mississippi. And they take like 3 seconds to say a Mississippi. And I said, so what do they say? And she goes, Missouri. 1 Missouri. 2 Missouri.
That's weird. I don't like that.
Oh, I love the sound.
Oh. Casual Connect said I've always used the Ole Miss myself. That's how I was taught.
Interesting.
We Americans infiltrating even the Canadian school system.
Well, Mississippi. Yeah, oh my gosh, that just reminds me. So I was watching Lucifer, which is a show I think that started on the CW but is now on Netflix, and I am addicted. It's really bad how addicted I am. In about 2 days I got through 2.5 seasons and I'm still burning quickly through it, and I've like started watch parties now with my friends through Netflix Party. But anyways, we started this thing where we're like, oh, the old gag of like blah blah and like name whatever happened. So they're like, no you. I'm like, the old no you gag. And like we've started doing that, and I don't know where that came from, and I know that like that's something that used to happen all the time. But do you guys have something that you say to reference things back, or like we'll put things in quotes of like what they say, they're like, oh wow, it's just like a holy mood ring, and so we put holy mood ring, and then we put that in the captions, and we've just started our own Netflix Party lingo. I don't know if anyone does that, but it's changed me. So
my sister and I can literally say a word and we'll burst out into laughter from our own like random things. So like the one I always think of is cane, and like nobody has a clue what it's from. It's from oh god, I don't remember what the movie is called. Joyride. It's called Joyride. And there's some creepy dude on the radio and he says cane. I don't know, it's really bizarre, and it just made us laugh, and we'll always reference it now, and it pisses my parents off because they're like, we don't know what you're laughing about, and I'm like, we have inside jokes, and like, do not play us in Taboo, we will beat you, because we have references for literally everything that aren't on the like list of words you can't say. It's insane. Like, it's almost like a twin language if adopted non-blood related sisters could have.
Works. It works through osmosis, for sure.
I feel like the closest I get, and I think Hillary, you'll get this because Disney, just in general, but there is just something about people who are pass holders, sure Universal as well, but because that Disney culture is just such a culty atmosphere, and I drink the Kool-Aid, that's fine, I'm fine with it. There is such an underlying like annual pass holder lingo card that you just, it's like someone just inserts the chip into your brain as soon as you become an annual pass holder, and you just start spewing stuff out of your mouth before you realize that no one else in the room knows what you're talking about. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it has to do with the RFID chips that they put in the magic bands. It's when
the magic band.
It like scans into your skin. That's where it actually happened. That's when it happened.
I'd probably do it willingly for Disney.
Casual Canuck says, not from a movie, but me and some friends from college will still just randomly say crisp on phone or video calls. I adore that. Like, and Bunny and I have like the worst propensity towards picking one. It usually starts with one of us screws up the saying of a word or like the pronunciation of something, and then the next person will just take that and run away forever. And I did that to my mom because she said, what'd she say? Melodious. or melodious. Something like that. And she said it's super funky. And so from there, I then had to say 18 different adaptations of how you could say melodious or melodious, however you want to say it. And I just took that and ran with it. And my mom was like, "What is wrong with you?" And I was like, "I'm sorry. Apparently, me and Erin are rubbing off on each other very badly."
We genuinely do, and it's truly about. It starts off real serious too. It's never when we're like joking around. It's like we'll say something very seriously, and then we'll go.
Literally, and it's something really serious. Like we'll be talking about like a really heartfelt conversation. One of us will screw up the words, and then we'll both be like,
"It's ruined. We can't be serious now."
But it's so good. It really helps break up the tension.
True.
The other
Casual
thing...
Connect.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
You're good.
Casual Connect said the story with Crisp is that it is the only word that begins in the back of the mouth and moves through the mouth as you say it. I don't know that I know of another word now that I can think of. Crisp. Oh my gosh! How did you come to this conclusion? Also, Daniel says she pronounced it melodic. Oh, melodic. That's what she was like. Oh, instead of saying melodic. Okay, I was like, yeah. So typically people would say melodic, and she goes. She said it's melodic, and I was like melodic, and so like I went on a whole tangent. It was really bad. Oh, hi, Busy Lemon said, "Ooh, that's a word with bad texture." Melodic.
That's hysterical. Oh
and then Daniel goes melodic. For about 2 minutes, we just rapid fired. It was so funny. Oh my gosh.
That's something I picked up. That the tipping the hat makes me think of from How I Met Your Mother. I picked that up too, where if you say the word colonel, major,
yes,
and so you have to, so it's major, whatever, sergeant, whatever, that kind of thing.
That's a general idea.
Yeah, general idea. Always.
We're like, you get it. It's like the major topics.
Yep.
Yes.
Always. I picked that up from there because it's hysterical, and I'm like, that's too good not to use it.
Even if nobody knows either,
still
to myself, I will still like if I'm like listening to someone like this, I'll be like. And they won't know. It's usually the serious topic. She's like, yeah, this is a major deal. And I'm like, I'm like 12.
Just in general. And I'm like, just in general.
So good.
Too good. Oh my god.
Incredible.
I love that so much.
Oh, it very much is. It very much is. But yeah, I think that's really the only, aside from just being y'all's friends and we do that kind of stuff all the time where we'll just be like yeah this is a joke now.
Yeah.
Forever.
Absolutely.
For sure. Oh.
So weren't we talking last week about serial killer traits?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you find yours
I
out?
didn't find mine out. However, I did find out the boyfriend has serial killer traits.
Yes, good.
You would spill the tea, woman.
He wears socks to bed, which freaks me the fuck out, man.
I can't do that personally.
I
have though. I've gone to sleep with them on, and they always end up off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your body said no. We don't do that when we sleep.
Even your body's like, this is a terrible idea. And
awful.
And so he was
what do you do when it's really cold?
And that's
fuzzy socks are different. I feel like
I'm a warm sleeper, so I know it's gonna sort itself out later on because I'm gonna end up sweating anyways. But he admitted, he was like, yeah, okay, I wear socks to bed. And I was like, I can't.
I don't even know you anymore.
And but then he also admitted, he's like, oh yeah, but I take them off halfway through the night. And I was like, good, dude, because even your body says no.
Your body
your
said
subconscious
absolutely
was like,
not, sir.
Who are you?
I don't even know you
anymore. So
Casual Snack said that in Florida that would be weird, but up there in good old Canada that's just winter. That's fair. You guys have like negative weather.
Yeah.
That's cold as shit.
Yeah,
because I love that whenever we talk about anywhere, genuinely, it's not just Canada though. Like it is just anywhere that has
Seasons.
below 30 degrees at any point during the year. but,
Yeah.
like, I could never. I would freeze. I would simply pass away. I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
Correct.
'cause
Fizzy Lemon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying Fizzy Lemon also said that they wore socks to bed in New Mexico, but it was 8 degrees Fahrenheit. So
Yeah.
It is allowed if it is below freezing. If you wear it on a regular day, like on summertime, I don't.
Hillary
wanna be
says no
frank-
way.
I'm gonna be frank with you,
Hillary
I
says
don't wanna
no
be
It
way.
frank.
was okay because below freezing, it was 31 degrees at night, and that's whenever he was wearing socks. And it's still, I'm like, no, not cold
No,
enough. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
See, that's
That's
where
amazing.
my whole argument comes to is fuzzy socks in my head are completely different subject matter than just regular like shoe socks. Because fuzzy socks to me are like a mild replacement for shoes in general. So like if I have to run out to the mailbox or something, not in an apartment complex, I'm talking like my house or something, where I need to like run to the end of my driveway, I'm not putting on goddamn shoes. I'm wearing my fuzzy socks. They count. They count with the little grippies on the bottom. They
Okay.
count.
Oh, about that one.
And then there's me who wears normal socks and is like, yeah, I'm not putting my fucking shoes on and goes out
Yeah.
to my mailbox
Okay, but there's a
anyways 'cause I don't give a
difference.
fuck.
Yeah, no, okay, so I will wear, right, okay, I used to do this, but now we live in an apartment complex, so you can't do that. If I had a home with a mailbox, your girl would go out with socks, normal socks, or barefoot. But with fuzzy motherfucking socks, I can't, those motherfuckers pick up everything. They look like a ShamWow, alright? You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
That's what Fuzzy Lemon
wow.
said. Or Fizzy Lemon, excuse me. So we're talking about fuzzy socks and I called you fuzzy.
No,
That's
casual.
all right.
Yeah, you're right. Casual Canuck is correct. Fuzzy socks are the best. I will not fight you. It is true. But my ass faux show will not be wearing them outside where they can pick up every freaking piece of dirt and pebble and twig, because those little phalanges that your fuzzy socks got just grip onto it like a Care Bear hug. Okay, like I don't need it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I agree. I fully agree with you. I'm still gonna do it. But
You know, as long as you
for
know.
our viewers, for our lovely audience, one of my, and I say this not as a real like, whatever. English is very hard. It's been a long week. I say this not in a mocking way. I do in fact have OCD. One of my things, I cannot stand the feeling of the sock sewing part. What is that called? The seam at the toes. I will lose my shit. I can't do it. So when I say this, I mean it. I do not own a pair of socks. I don't own them. I wash my shoes instead. I will
So
literally
crazy.
throw my shoes into the washing machine and air dry them.
So do you own
Amazing.
So do you own tights then?
Oh.
Yes, but I only wear seamless type.
Wait,
Like the toe seam is gone.
that
Oh,
exists?
what?
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
How am I 33 years old and just learning that this?
I need to put that on my Amazon wish list now.
I mean, granted,
they cute, though?
they are in fact more expensive,
Sure.
but not that much. They're like $5 extra or something. And
Oh.
boy, I cannot stand the seams on my toes. It is not.
Yeah, because I understand the tight one, like the tights ones. Ooh, that's a woof. That's rough, and I hate it. But I don't notice notice sock seams really that much.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it comes from like when I was a kid too. I just never could stand them, and to this day, I just can't do it. I can't. It's a no from me.
The chat is feeling very strongly about
You
many
know,
things.
People feel very strongly about socks. I've realized it's like a very
They-
personal
yeah.
issue.
I love socks. I love printed socks, like really funny ones. I enjoy that because I look at people's socks. Like if you are sitting here, don't at me. If you're here wearing your Doc Martens out, baby, you are most likely alternative, and that means your socks have to be on point. So if I can see them with your cuffed ass jeans, okay, I'm gonna be looking at them socks, and so that matters to me. I think they're really cute, so I want to have less socks. But Busy Lemon feels very strongly about wearing fuzzy socks out, apparently, and wants to know how you feel about seamless socks. And also, Casual Connect says they can't stand the feeling of bare feet in their shoes and
Oh,
whatnot.
me too. Oh, just got triggered.
Yeah.
Oh God. Ugh. Oh
See,
man.
that's a
Instant
complete
reaction.
opposite for me. And I think it's also because, again, another fun fact about myself for our lovely audience of people who already know me personally. I was training to be a professional ballerina for several years. And so I wore tights, but the tights were like the ones you would roll up to your ankles because it was good for them to see your feet shape. So I got used to wearing ballet shoes with nothing between them. And so it doesn't bother me anymore. Like it doesn't, that feeling equally does not bother me.
Whenever I did point, I'm thinking back, I'm like, I don't think I wore like socks or tights or anything like that either, because West Texas, we bare ass that shit. But for some reason, any other shoe, I'm like, no, sucks in these bitches.
Amazing. Also, they Fizzy Lemon said, how about printed mismatched socks? I love mismatched socks. Fizzy Lemon knows me IRL, so like I have a funky clothing fashion style, so sometimes I can mismatch them and I'm like, yeah, go all out, they don't have to be in the same family at all, and I can wear like whatever on like Tuesday, right? But then if you flash forward to Thursday, I'm like, no, they have to be the same color type, and if they're not the same color type, I will explode. Or like they have to deal with each other, so if I wear like dolphin sock on one side, then I have to have like a marine animal on the other side. Like they don't have to be the same, but they are similar, and that's what matters.
I never got into mismatching my socks, like, because it was a big trend at one point, and I was the one, I was like, no, they have to match. What the hell? And I think that comes with like super conservative family who are like, you act right and you're gonna look right, damn it. But my favorite are I have all sorts of knee-high socks that are all kinds of crazy colors and prints and stuff like that. That is my jam.
Incredible. I'm disturbed by this. Casual Connect just said, as much as I hate it, I have had to wear steel-toed shoes without socks from time to time. Mornings are hard. I get that, but also steel-toed boots without socks sounds horrific. I need some steel-toed boots now that I think about that. That sounds awesome.
Them is pricey.
Them's is pricey for sure.
Adds to the list of things that I must buy.
Correct. Yeah, my list of must buys is like super long, but I always forget, and because I don't have an actual list, and then I'm like, dang it, what did I say I wanted the other day?
That's my Amazon list. I'm like, I want that, and I forget about it immediately, and then until I go back and I'm like, why do I have 200 items on this list?
Oh my god, same. I'm like, wait, what is this? And I'll go through the whole thing, and I'm like,
or you ended up buying it and you never took it off, and you're like, I'll deal with it later.
Oh, I know, for sure. This has nothing. Oh, I guess it does have a little bit to do. So I got to play tennis this weekend, safely, mind you, out in the world. We're completely by ourselves, but I wore boots because I didn't have any other shoes with me at the time, and so I was like, instead of wearing these boots to play tennis, I will just wear my socks. And so I was running around, and it was really nice outside. In Florida, it was a crisp, like 60 degrees all weekend, and I was like, would I have been a sports child had it not been 95 degrees all the time?
I think about that all the time. All the time. I absolutely would have been playing sports outside had I not wanted to faint every time I left the house.
Literally, I was having such a good time, and I was like, wow, this is really fun. I'm enjoying like running around and hitting this ball. It's so much fun. And then I was like, it is 60 degrees. I feel great. 90 degrees changes things. And that was like an epiphany that I had while I was out playing tennis. I was like, I could have been, although I was saved from that life, because I'm a nerd child and I love that. So I could have been on the other side and been a sports child completely. And I don't know how to feel about that. The true trifecta of that Venn diagram is like Travis Willingham. So
correct.
Go Cowboys, I'm a beefcake, but also Dungeons and Dragons.
And dude, he gets the most into it of everyone.
He really
at
does.
That damn table. Colin and I have been rewatching it. We're
yes.
What, episode 68? We're getting up there.
Wow, you're halfway almost.
I know. We are halfway. We're past halfway point. Yay, we
That's
did
awesome.
it. That's what quarantine does. Anyways,
Yeah.
but we were literally talking about that. He was like, dude, this boy gets so into it.
And he supports his party members too. Like,
Yeah.
he's just as excited for his party members as he is for himself when something happens.
And Travis,
In this house, we stand Travis Willing.
Right.
We sure do.
And Travis is probably my favorite, and Colin was like, you know why he's your favorite, right? I was like, no. He's like, you react the exact same way that Travis does whenever anything happens in a game. And I was like, huh.
Amazing.
Shit, you right.
Well, that brings me to a question: who is everybody's favorite Critical Role cast member?
Mine is so painfully obvious to everyone who knows me. I would sell my soul and get a patron I did not like for Liam O'Brien. I love that man so much.
Mhm.
So much. I would literally sign up and be like, you know what, Liam? You need a kidney. I got you. Don't worry about it. I love him.
I like that you said you would choose a patron you didn't like.
That's how much
man.
I'd be willing.
See, because I love Travis, but oh fuck, Laura just melts my fucking heart on a day-to-day basis. I'm just like, I love you so much. Can you marry me and have a lady marry person with you? Is that the thing?
Lady Mary person.
Married person? I don't know what that's called, but it'd be great.
Amazing. She is wonderful. That's so incredible. I've started to really love Liam O'Brien. I don't know if that's just because Bunny has like affected me in such a way that I'm like, I love him. I had a dream that we were in a play together. That I was in a play with Liam O'Brien the other day, which was so freaking funny because I remember in my dream being like, this doesn't seem right. And then Bunny and I were backstage doing something, and as soon as Liam went away, we were both like, and like freaking out. And then he came back and we were like super professional. So even in my dream, and
even fangirl in dream.
Even fangirl in dream. But yeah, it's so hard. I think I do love Liam a lot, but I think it's a tie for me between Travis and Laura, which like they're basically a joint gift together anyways. But I just love him. I love that he's like such a big, like he's just such a himbo and whatnot, because he's very smart, but he's aloof and he drinks his respect women juice, and he's just a big wuss also. Like watching him go through a haunted house just brought me so much joy.
But the biggest fucking nerd too, and getting way too excited about shit. It's just like you don't look like you would be that kind of guy, and I think that's what makes it so charming about him.
I also love Brian W. Foster. I think he's a solid lad. I think everyone gives him so much shit, but I love him so fucking much.
Have you seen him whenever he does like Q&As at conventions? He is the sweetest, kindest, most considerate person. He's like, hey, oh wow, you look amazing. Hey, yeah, no worries, take your time.
And he remembers
he turns around and he's like, hey Matt, fuck you.
He remembers people from previous years, not even like last year. He'll remember them from like 2 years ago and be like, oh, I remember you.
What a good boy. What a good nugget.
What a good nugget. He's a good nugget.
He's a good nugget. I call little babies nuggets, and I guess people I really like also nuggets. So that's fine.
Anybody who's good boy.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, mine is a crisp Liam O'Brien, but I also, over the past year, have fallen deeply in love with Ashley Johnson.
Oh, she's so good.
That woman is her speeches make me so happy because it's all about how, like, she's like, I'm a regular girl and I want other little girls to see me and be like, I can be a regular person and also do special things. And I was like, I love you. Thank you for that.
I went on a hunt for all of her, like, her IRL acting jobs that she did the other day, because I was, like, looking through IMDb, because I found out after watching Critical Role for, like, 2 or 3 years probably, I was like, wow, I just love them. I feel like I've known them. Like, I feel like I've followed them for such a long time.
Yeah.
And it was a couple years. And then I was like, I wonder what else they're in since they're voice actors. And as I started looking through all of them, they're in my childhood shows that I would watch, like animes and cartoons. And I was like, I have known you since I was a little girl. I just didn't know you.
Bonkers, man.
Yeah, Ashley Johnson's in Monk. She plays a very soft spoken maid in Monk, and it's very good. And I was like looking out all the episodes I could find of her. Yes.
I just was watching that the other night, and I sent it to our little D&D group, and I was like, guys, look who it is! It's Ashley!
So good.
I love it.
It's fun to see how far they've come to, like, not that they didn't have, you know, a successful careers prior to Critical Role, because they totally did in their own respect, but just like seeing how much this has opened doors for them and kind of broadcast them onto a new audience has just really, it's really fulfilling to see people that you care about succeed in that way.
Yeah.
And kind of grow from doing something that they enjoy and that you enjoy supporting.
Yeah, and it's not stopping either.
Hi, Niche Deep is now a Critical Role fan podcast.
I mean,
that is final.
Shocker, it always has been.
Correct.
Okay, I know, secretly
we've been lying to you this whole time.
That makes me think of something, because like I'm a huge fan of Critical Role. I love them very much. I was actually wearing my Lionette Gym shirt earlier today. Shout out to CJ, thank you. But it's so freaking fun. I love them, and I love the McElroy boys, and they're on TikTok now, and they're freaking hilarious. But this inspired my next question, which is, how much is too much to take from a continental breakfast, and when should you stop? Because they talked about this a couple weeks ago, and they're like, technically, no one can stop you, especially if it's prepackaged things like little boxes of cereal or little yogurts. Like, you could technically just, you know, shopping aisle arm the whole side of that counter, and they probably couldn't say, like, when do you think they will stop you? Do you think they'll stop you like 3, or do you think you could really super sweep, like?
Yeah, that they would stop you at 11 o'clock, I think.
Correct. I would agree with that. I think it's a time, or if you're upsetting other guests. Other than that, I don't think they'd stop you.
Also, who's the fucking Karen that's gonna be like, I'm sorry, she's taking all of the cereal. Bitch, you can have the same cereal. Just wait a fucking minute. Like, don't get up in my shit. Who says I can't take? Where's the sign, Karen? Where's the sign that says I can't take 18 boxes of cereal? Where is it?
I love that. I just imagine Hillary being like, "Beach, please."
She's like, I will take a dozen mini boxes of the Apple Jacks. Fuck you and your time. I do not care.
So like, bitch, I'll leave you the Raisin Bran. Shut the fuck up.
Fuck you, Karen, your Marriott points, bitch. You don't know me.
Oh my god.
I forgot Casual Canuck is a hotel worker. Oh my god. You said as a hotel worker, I wouldn't stop you, but I'd give you the disapproving father look as I'm watching you on camera.
You're hogging the one waffle maker.
See, I don't fuck with that. That's too much, man.
Oh my god.
That's
okay, so I wouldn't do
I
it. I wouldn't have the audacity.
Fucking make everything. I want one of everything. I'm like, this
Okay.
free? Excellent.
But that's different. Taking one of everything. Okay, I say this, right, as a devil's advocate, because me, I know my ass for sure, would not be taking 18 boxes of cereal.
No.
1, because I don't need it like that. But 2, because I would not be able to deal with the concept of me taking, in bold confidence, 18 boxes of cereal. Like, it's not illegal, but it feels illegal. And like, I know that Casual Canuck would be up in those cameras being like,
This hoe.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So I would not break the law, but I would watch others gladly break it.
Yeah, I don't think any of us had the balls to do that, honestly.
In this great time of discussion and need, I will call on Fizzy Lemon for this piece of advice I've learned. If there ain't a sign, it's not illegal.
If there ain't a sign, don't get caught, is her family's quote. If there's no sign, don't get caught. And I live by that for the most part.
And you know what? This applies to continental breakfast across the world.
I got into an anime convention like that on accident one time.
Ooh,
we weren't sure.
And
Yeah, wink. We were in a hotel and we had heard that there was an anime convention. We're like, nice, 2 for 1. We're already here. This was in the before times, mind you. And the doors to the showroom were just wide open. We didn't see any ticket booth people at all. No ticket sales, nothing like that. And what we surmise happened was that the ticket booth workers had just like absconded and had not stuck around to their posts, and we didn't know, so we just kind of like waltzed in to this anime convention. Granted, it was a small one, but we just started walking around having a good time, going to like, what are those called when people are being interviewed, and like, oh, Q&A sessions and like forums and whatnot. We had a grand old time for like 3 or 4 hours for free, just walking around. I think I bought some art and I bought some jewelry, and I was like, nice, what a good day. And like, then we came back out and the ticket booth people were back, and we were like, whoopsies.
Sorry. So,
no sign.
So for me, I wouldn't take 18 boxes of cereal. You bet your ass I will load up a damn plate of bacon with no shame. Not at all. Be like, is this, and just whole tongue, like a whole fuck ton of it.
Oh, I 100% am the person who's like, cool, I will take 6 muffins, 4 pieces of toast, every waffle possible in every machine, and I'll only eat 1 orange. And be like, wow, I feel like I got my money's worth.
Could not be me. Also, Casual Connect said, but if you take all the coffee I just put out in 1 thermos, then I will throw hands. There's one carafe, question mark?
Mm-hmm. Carafe.
It takes 5 minutes to brew another one, and then I have people bitching at me. Incredible. Yep. That's so freaking funny.
That's
yet another reason I'm glad that I do
my
not
favorite Saharan animal.
Tea. I just cannot be bothered to wait around. I can't be like, oh, my go-go juice, I need it to walk around in the morning. Oh,
you don't even like coffee.
No, I know. That's why I said I'm glad I don't like it, because I feel like I would be that person. I'd be like, oh man, like I just need my coffee to get going in the morning, but I have no motivation. Especially, like, shout out to Casual Connect for being a hotel worker, because I know that shit's hard. I know it is, especially whenever they're like, we have coffee fresh 24/7, whenever you want it. I could never. I could never. No, ma'am.
She hasn't put the southern drawl on it. I could never.
It's the no, ma'am, no Christmas ham. We're not, no. It is not for me. It is not for you. No.
So Courage asks, what about on a cruise?
Absolutely, fucking sign me up, bro. I will max that shit out. I'm already paying you $2,000 a night. Like, let's go.
I've only been on 1 cruise ever, so, and it was like in high school, so I didn't get a full like cruise experience. So I want to redo. I want to get drunk as shit on a boat. Just let that shit happen. And then, yes, I will full tongue some more bacon on a cruise.
In the after times, we 3 will go on a very brief one so that Saff can feel comfy on them. And we can get our fix of maxing out the capacity of which a cruise ship provides.
Yes.
Also, no, I'm very passionate today, apparently. I did not foresee this. I'm very tired. Frozen yogurt on a cruise ship 24/7.
That is the
you better know.
That is
There's about to be a stack of cups in my room.
That is the one thing I do remember about the cruise, that I was like, ice cream?
Yes.
And just
it's every kid's dream that you've ever wanted, to just have free access to multiple flavors of ice cream.
And I watched the children
you can get the
on
swirl.
There. Yes.
Yeah, I know.
You don't get that shit everywhere. So
and you get cones or a cup. It's delightful.
I for sure am probably a weird cruise goer. So any buffet I go to, I always get like quarter-sized dollops of every single item, because I know by the time I eat a little quarter of every single thing that I will be full, and I just like gamed that for myself. But when you cannot go to the buffets anymore because it is 1 a.m. and you're back in your hotel room or your cabin room, whatever you want to call it, you can call room service a lot of times for free, and they will bring you a certain variety of foods, like super easy shit. And I got a Caesar salad Granted, I don't know that they even had chicken on it. I think it was like, here's some lettuce and some bread on it. And that was like it. But it, for whatever reason, did it for me when I was on the cruise, because I think the other option was like ham sandwich, and I was like, no, thank you. And so at like 2 or 3 in the morning, I'd be like, hello, can I please have 3 Caesar salads? Because the salads were like this tiny, and your girl can throw down on some salad. So there's only 2 of us in this cabin, and I'd be like, yes, could I please have 4 Caesar salads? And then they would show up with these 4 Caesar salads and be very confused because there's just one tiny girl waiting for them to be like,
You know, this is, I'm yeeting us back into the Disney stratosphere. But I've been blessed to be on a Disney cruise before, and everybody who's been on one knows that it really does set the standard for everything else to be like shittier than that for the rest of your life. You're like, God damn it.
good.
Anyway, like, so on that ship specifically, if you're a Disney fan or if you've been to a theme park, you know how every theme park has like their staple ice cream. It's like shaped like something, or it's a flavor or something.
I know exactly what you're about to say.
They have Mickey bars, and you can call it any time of day, and they will bring you as many as you want on the house for free whenever you want. It's just included in your thing. And one of their favorite things is that there's a button on the like phone in your cabin, and you can just push it at any time, and kids can order it whatever you want, and then they will just deliver ice cream, and it's like their classic ice cream. And then I found out just recently that they package away, I think it's like, let's put it in a graph of like 10 squares, right? So like 8 of them are regular food and drink. One of them is like imported stuff, and a whole 10th of their food on the ship is Mickey ice cream bars, because that's how many people order them.
Oh my goodness.
That pleases me so much as a kid, and as an adult, I'm like, this is the small stuff that makes me so happy.
Incredible.
It's so
That's
good.
amazing.
I love it.
It's magical.
Rant over. Sorry about that.
Now I want to go on a Disney cruise and just get drunk and sit.
Oh, it's so good.
That's all I want.
They have adult-only sections too, where you can just go lay out. It's delightful. They've got nightclubs and restaurants and.
Can I tell you about, okay, we went on this cruise. Granted, I was very sick on this cruise, so it was very unfortunate, but this is one of the shining moments of this cruise is, so the hurricane had just passed in the Atlantic Ocean, and it was really choppy water, so your girl was hella sick. But we were trying to make the best out of it, so I was with my family and extended family and everything, so it was like me and my sister, my cousins, and my husband. We were all around the general same age. So we were like, let's leave, general same age. We were like, let's leave the old people behind and go to the clubs and stuff. Well, we were on Carnival, so that means pretty much everybody was old. Or really young. There was only 6-year-olds and 60-year-olds. There was nobody else, pretty much. So we go to this club, and everyone that's there is like 10 people in this gigantic club are sitting down. And so we come in, people are like sitting at the bar, and there are people sitting at the tables, and we were like, okay, and they're playing Motown, which is like our jam. So Daniel is dancing and like getting his whole life to this funk music, and I turned my back to help my sister get the drinks, and I turned back around, and an older woman was acquisitioning my husband, and was like, if you want someone to dance, like, oh, keep dancing, you're doing so good, and then it was like, do you want someone to dance with? It was so freaking funny. That's a highlight of me going
That's adorable, though.
So Cougar Monger is right.
So Cougar is essentially correct, yes.
That is literally
I'm sorry. Daniel has corrected me and said it was 2 ladies.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So Cougar Monger.
Ladies.
100%. I'm not
Change
crazy
your
for
name
thinking
now.
that shit. I'm not crazy
Yeah.
for that shit.
Was
It's
like,
an
oh,
aura
you're
to
such a
put out,
magnificent dancer. Yeah, it was very good. And then Daniel was like, oh, dang it, my wife is coming back with the drinks. I must go. And they were like, well, if you need a dance partner, you can come back around. And I was like, go, babe, get your whole life. Find you.
Oh, that's so funny. I love that.
I love that. I love
So speaking of old ladies,
Where are you going with this, Hillary?
What are you gonna say?
So this is something I've been wanting to ask you guys for a couple of weeks. Is what is your worst or weirdest gift that you've gotten for the holidays?
From an old lady. Yes, I love
the
this.
reason that it's from an old lady is because my two that I have in my brain are both from the same old woman. So
Yeah.
Good.
So
Mine?
Oh, go ahead.
Mine's not from an old woman, but I think
That's
it'll
okay.
still qualify. So, go for it.
Oh, okay. So my great aunt would give everybody the same gift.
Good.
So yeah, real good. So she gave us two things that we will never forget. We got this candle. Candle's not that weird, right?
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever wanted a pineapple scented candle down? Just pineapple.
Oh.
A bright yellow candle scented of pineapple, and it was pungent. Like
That greatly appeals to me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But it was like too much. Like it was like if you went to Claire's and bought a candle.
Wow.
Like that's how my brain remembers it. Same year, she also got everybody in my house this bag, this just purse that's like it's like a tote essentially, but it is bedazzled with the ugliest just print on it, and we all got the same one. It was like this like, oh, what's that thing? It's not velour. What am I talking about?
Velvet?
Like velvet, yeah. It's like really cheap velvet, and then it was like bedazzled with all of these freaking like sequins and shit. And my mom opens it. She's the first one to open it, and this is one of those like references that we always say forevermore. And she goes, "Huh, that's different."
That sounds like a texture nightmare.
Yeah, it was
Nightmare.
It was also a nightmare to your eyeballs as well. So
I believe you.
She went ham that year, but so that's where my brain goes to.
Amazing. Also, chat, please tell us your weirdest or least favorite gifts that you've gotten. I gotta hear what y'all got as well.
Saff, what were you gonna say yours was?
So they're weird. They're probably not it's not the weirdest gift I've ever gotten. We've talked about this before, actually. But I can't think of anything else. It was the first thing that came to my mind. My mom made me custom leggings with my face on it and with my husband's face on it and with our our high school sweetheart nicknames that we gave each other when I was like 16. I'm 25 now. Those are outdated. And she also picked a photo to like crop very closely. Like she's cropped like all the way like around our ears. Like there's no neck at all. And it's from probably like 2017. So like when Daniel and I first like initially got married, a little bit afterwards. So it's like outdated pictures. And it wouldn't be that bad except for the leggings are bright red, like candy cane red, and my own face is on my own crotch. And that just feels not right. Yeah, not right. And so when I got it, I was like, Mom! And she has since demanded that they are completely normal and that they're cute and that they're not narcissistic. And she got my sister a pair of pants. And my sister didn't want them, so my mom wore them out to a restaurant, and she had to tell me that multiple waitresses around my age, because she had to let me know they were around my age, adored them and loved the pants.
I'm sure they did.
They said it was great, and that they also would like pants of their own children like that. And I was like, I feel like everyone has that response at first. You got to make a noise to give yourself enough time to reboot what you're going to say. Oh.
Yep.
Thank you. And then you go from there and you try to, improv your way through it. But that's the first thing I can think of.
Yeah. That's pretty weird. There's two things I can think of off the top of my head. My family is pretty good at gift giving. I'm grateful for that. So for people who know me IRL and the presentation that I put out into the social public, I'm a very alternative person. My
What?
favorite color is pink. It's not anything like femininity. Love it. Love being a feminine person too, as much as I love being masked too. But pink in general frustrates me, makes me very angry. And my grandmother was trying to prove a point one year and bought me, I kid you not, like 30 pieces of clothing, and they were all shades of pink with like glitter and rhinestones and all kinds of stuff, and like makeup with pink stuff in it, and pink this, pink that, and I was like, oh,
Thank
I guess
you.
none of it fits. I can just tell you bought the wrong size. Sorry, I have to return it all.
Yeah, this lipstick is not the right size, my dude.
Not the right size.
Yeah, that's gonna be a solid pass from me. And then the second one is I made a list for my birthday one year. I know it's supposed to be like Christmas technically, but my dad looked at my list and went, got it. And he bought 3 things off of it. And he wrapped them all up and gave them to me on my birthday, and I start opening them, and they're all the same name, but completely different. So like I asked for a book, and it was about like sci-fi journey or something, and he got me like a history book about like a war thing that was the same title. And I went to a school called Vamp, and I asked for a Vamp jacket, and he bought me a jacket with the band The Vamps on it. And when I tell you, every gift that I kept opening from him was the same title but completely wrong. And he was like, do you like it? And I was like, I see where you were going with this, but you are wrong.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
That's so good.
And to this day, he's always like, are you sure? Is this the one? Are you sure this is the right one? And I was like, So I just send links with whatever I want now for
I
clarity.
would love
photos.
to, like, ironically wear the Vamps jacket, though.
It was
That would be so
funny.
funny.
It was so funny. And then we did not end up returning any of it. We just ended up like keeping it. I don't remember why. It was probably like not returnable. But
You
it
just
was
gave the
so
history book to Jared.
funny.
Like, here.
I think I might have. Well, actually, I think this might have been before I. No, it wasn't. Yeah.
They said it was your first Christmas together.
Oh, I'll be like, wow, look at all these gifts for other people. So that was weird and hilarious,
That is
and
so
a
funny.
family joke still to this day.
That just makes me want to do that for somebody else. Just
100%. It's so fun. It's so fun.
that's my type of humor, and it'd be like, hey, here you go. Here's 2 things, and then I actually get them something they really want.
What if we did a niche deep Christmas, like Secret Santa Christmas thing, and then you give them like one item, right? Like a tangible item, and then the other person who gets you has to get something that is the same title or the same play on words as what you said. Like, and you go into this knowing that you're not going to get the right gift. But that would be so freaking funny.
That would be
So
amazing.
good. We should do that next year.
My dad and I like to prank my mom all the time at Christmas. So once a year, or one present a year, we do something ridiculous. And one of the years we got a headband, like a dollar store headband, and duct taped 2 cans of Beats to the side. And we gave her a pair of Beats headphones. So we were like,
That's very good.
I love
also,
that.
while we're on this mild jump back topic to horrible textures, what is your least favorite texture?
Velvet, no questions asked.
Mine has to either be like microfiber, like the sticky kind where whenever you touch your dead skin, it like goes.
Oh no, Erin! And it like holds on to you and you're like,
Or the like too soft suede. Regular suede's fine, but like the suede jackets, I'm like, no.
or the really cheap animals, the really cheap stuffed animals where it's like long and fibrous material, and it does the same thing of like sticking to your hand, like your.
My least favorite this is gonna. I hope this doesn't trigger people, but it triggers me anytime I think about it. It's wet food. Whenever you're washing like washing dishes.
Oh.
Gross. Yep.
Okay. Yep. No, it is I've gotten a lot better, but I used to like shudder washing dishes, but that's also because I've had lots of bad roommates where I was the one who had to clean all of the dishes and stuff like that, and it would be.
I got rubber gloves for that.
Even still, it's seeing it. It's a seeing thing as well, and like,
amazing.
Can't do it.
Natural Connect said cold denim.
Like,
I don't think I know what that's like.
It's hot here all the time. We can't relate.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You put it in the fridge. Is that what happens?
Saff, I have another one that I know you hate to touch, and that is raw chicken.
Oh yeah, I don't like it. I can do it, but I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Well, I mean, any of us could probably touch these things, but be like,
sure. That's like, okay, so whenever I saw the funniest TikTok about this, I thought of Fizzy Lemon because we have similar things that we don't like to touch. And Velvet is one of them. Although her reasoning is much better than mine. I just don't like the feeling. And so it was the audio where it's like, nothing's wrong with my kid. Look at him. And then it snaps over to the girl and she's touching fabrics at a fabric store. And then she goes, ooh, and like has to wipe it off on herself and then touches another fabric to get rid of the sensation. And I was like, whoopsies, that's me.
I definitely have done that 100%.
You gotta wipe it off.
Also, I just had to do a quick bit of weather math because I did not know what the translation was from -15 Celsius. It is 5 degrees Fahrenheit.
Got it.
Yucky.
Yeah,
I would imagine denim wouldn't feel very good cold because it gets like rigid and whatnot.
Yeah, I guess so. I've never been anywhere where I don't think I've been anywhere that's been below freezing.
I think 11 is the coldest I've been in. 11 Fahrenheit.
Oh, I 100% worked at a place where my job was to stand in 9-degree weather.
Yeah,
no. No, thank you.
No, thanks.
Not for me.
Okay. We're the same.
No, go, do your thing.
So I've been sitting on this because it's an important thing that needs to be discussed because it's the holiday season and it coming into Valentine's Day, it's still an important question. When
Valentine's Day is like 2 months away.
Sure, but like we're going into the spring season of holidays versus the winter season of holidays.
Fair.
When you receive a box of chocolates, are you a maniac and pick up the piece of chocolate and just guess and like eat it? Or do you cut it open, or do you like look at some of them come with it and some of them don't, where it has like the panel of what's on what square? I feel like it depends on my chaos level that day.
Live fast, die young in my answer. If it doesn't have a chart, I'm going in guns blazing, baby. Pick up a random one, pop that bad boy in. Yeah. If it does have a chart, I will look at the chart because I have certain things that I'm like, I don't feel like it. But if it doesn't have a chart, guns blazing, full chaos energy. Like you just got energized. Yeah. Thank you. I'm now Kennedy. I'm now John F. Kennedy.
Dora the Explorer.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys.
I always look at the pamphlet or whatever, the chart thing, because I don't eat chocolate hardly at all anyways. Just because that chocolate is not a thing that I like at all. So like the only kinds I'll ever eat are just like caramel centered ones, because I'm like, I will eat one to prove that I'm thankful for this chocolate box that you gave us.
I love that as is this an internal monologue that you're doing, or is this an external monologue that you're like, yes, chocolate, my favorite?
Yes.
So I have gotten to a point. So here's another thing about me. I, as a wee lass, and up until this very day, I have one family member who every single Christmas, everyone gets a box of specialty chocolates from this like small town chocolatier, and it is delicious. Don't get me wrong, very good. But I do know which one each one is, except this year, all of them are completely different. And I was like, no.
My security.
Please look at this. There are so many that I was like, no. No.
You have to be like,
I'm good.
as you like
Oh my
spit it
God.
out.
There's one in here that is it's supposed to be strawberry raspberry filling and like dark chocolate outside, which sounds in theory delicious. Berries and chocolate. I dig it.
Yeah.
Cough syrup.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's horrendous.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, it's so bad, and there's no telling what's in any of the other ones.
You know what? This is like the kind of concept where if someone makes like a baked good or they bring you a treat like that and they're like, no, try it now in front of them. And you are like, oh, yeah. And then you eat one and you're like, it's so good. Thank you. And you're like, oh God, I don't want to eat this. I have for sure taken a bite of cookie at like a party and people being like, oh, I made it. It's my grandma's recipe. And I'm like, oh, wow. Oh, what? Call me? And then I'll like walk away and then like, and like toss it. And I'm like, I'm so sorry to lie to you like this, but I just can't ruin grandma's recipe for you.
Yep, have done that.
Can't.
I always preface things too because I'm like, you may not like this. This is, like a family recipe, so it means something to me. But
Right.
if you don't like it, like try it. You might love it or you might hate it. And that's okay too.
Yeah, I'm
Casual,
not tender about like that.
Casual Canuck is peer pressuring you, Erin, into eat one, don't full bite, don't taste it.
All right, fine.
Shove the whole thing in secrets.
Okay, you get the choice, Canuck.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Are you gonna do it graph style, like 1 up, 10 over?
No, I'm gonna give A or B.
Oh, okay.
You have
Nice.
A or
Oh.
B, with
Oh.
sprinkles or without sprinkles.
Oh.
Because truly, other than that, there's like one other one, and it's coconut, and I can't. I will.
Yeah, I agree with
so
courage.
angry.
I think A looks really good, but it
Yeah.
was Canuck's.
We gotta wait for
it was
casual.
It was for his.
I also don't know where my phone is, so I can't read his message. Oh, here it is. Oh,
Oh, we'll
Found
tell
it.
you. Don't worry.
incredible.
I really like that he also said full bite, no
Yeah,
taste.
Casual says B.
B, so
Oh,
that's
B.
with sprinkles, yes?
Yes, with
Okay.
sprinkles. Yes. Describe to us what is inside.
Mm.
Oh,
Well,
she's
we know
getting
it's not cough
notes of
syrup, so that's good.
notes of notes of
God.
mahogany.
It's coffee.
Coffee.
What is it?
It's
It's
coffee.
coffee.
Oh, we love caffeine at 9 o'clock at night, baby. Also, she hates coffee.
I hate coffee, so this one was for you. We love our fans. Yes.
He's living vicariously through
Oh,
you
that's
right
fun.
now in this moment.
Oh, that's
Oh, I
fun.
hate that so much.
This is like, I want to do Hot Ones. If you guys are familiar with YouTube's Hot Ones series, it's Sean Evans, and you basically answer a bunch of different questions. Obviously, we wouldn't do that here, but you can get like all of the sauces that they use in their chicken wings. And typically in the show, they ask a question, they eat a hot wing, and so on and so forth. And it goes up in the Scoville range until it's like burning like millions and millions of Scovilles kind of thing. Would be very fun. I would like to do that, but it reminds me of that because it's like you don't know what you're getting until you bite it, and then you're like, oh! But I love
Yeah.
hot sauce very much.
I like that idea because I don't do spicy shit.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of like getting weird chocolate like things for all of us, and we all like switch.
Should we get insects? Should we get edible insects
God.
to eat?
Oh no. We need
Two
to like
things. One, I've eaten so many bugs in my lifetime that we need something more interesting than that if we're gonna do that.
That's fair.
That sounds very weird. I've intentionally eaten the bugs, not accidentally.
I accidentally left my mouth open too long.
Well, I mean, we are in Florida. I've probably eaten a lot of bugs that way too.
Yeah.
We should do the mini Ben and Jerry's ice creams, and we each have to like have a bite of it and guess what the flavor is blindfold. I love
that's fun.
that.
Okay, I like that.
I love that.
Because I don't know what terms of service would be if somebody were to on camera. So
we'll just do it off camera.
Yeah,
We'll just do it off
we can do it
camera.
on Discord. It's fine. But yeah, if we were to do it for stream, I'd have to look into terms of service for that jazz.
Incredible.
But
I also have to say, while we're on the vibe of candy, for our lovely viewers, this is my absolute favorite candy ever. It's by Walker's English Creamy Toffees. Please enlighten yourself. Purchase some. Amazon sells them.
Incredible.
oh, these
Oh,
are is that like your Christmas candy?
they're sort of. I mean, I found them this year, so
Okay.
they're now Christmas candy.
Because my Christmas candy are white chocolate peppermint kisses.
Yes, those are so good.
Yum.
Chef's
They look
kiss.
like this.
These babies are wait. Oh, I thought they were little donuts, and I was like, I
Can
need them
you-
just because of the
Can you
shape.
give us a little behind the hand kind of deal? Yes, we love it. Michelle fan who?
But yeah, it did look like a little donut, and I got way too
It
excited.
did.
I was like, huh?
Like a cronut, if you
I'm
will.
gonna get the coffee out of my mouth. This is
Well,
horrible.
now I have to eat one of these. Great. Love that.
I know. I was. I also have like a Lindor's chocolate just sitting on my desk.
I don't like
Um,
those, but it's chocolate, so that makes
Really?
sense. Yeah. I just
Oh
can't do it.
yeah.
I can't.
Okay, this brings me to Lindor chocolates are little circles that are like, chocolate melted together to make a complete circle. And I've been watching the like satisfying over Christmas season, the satisfying of like people putting little hot chocolate balls together so that it's a chocolate ball and inside it has hot cocoa mix and like marshmallows and stuff. Yeah, hot chocolate bombs, and you just drop them into the mug.
Yes.
And then when you pour it, it breaks open and like all the marshmallows pop out. And that's what I think of every time I see these. But it's so satisfying to watch people build those hot chocolate bombs. It just makes me happy. I enjoy it a lot.
mentioned Scotch mints, and I had to Google it, and I still don't know what they are.
I also don't know what Scotch mints are, so
Are they
let
the
me.
little- Are they the white, like little ovals? Because that's what I found that was like Amazon, and I'm like, is that what they are? I don't know.
Oh yeah, they look like little circle. Oh, they look like Mentos almost.
But look more like eggs,
Eggs.
little baby eggs.
I love
Eggs.
Mentos. Mentos are so freaking good.
Yeah.
Delicious.
I like the fruity ones. I also like Mentos
Ooh,
gum.
Yeah.
That's very good.
I like
Mentos
all of
fruit
them.
ones are good. But they're not.
Yeah.
They're like orange Tic Tacs. They ain't mints. Don't try to play.
Well,
That shit ain't mints. Those are candy.
the peppermint ones are. Those are good.
Those are, but then they have Mentos fruit. And
Yes,
it's
the
just like-
Mentos fruit are not mints.
Yeah.
Those are like straight up
And
candies.
it's just like orange Tic Tacs, and I'm like, no, that is not.
Oh,
a
I don't
mint.
like orange Tic
Oh,
Tacs.
I
Oh yeah, they're not
love
mints.
them, but they are straight up candy.
Can okay.
That's not a mint at all.
Can we talk about Altoids sours from the early 2000s? They used to have them in tangerine. Oh, I
Yes.
love those.
The little
Loved.
tins, the little round tins. Yep.
Mhm. I love them so much. I wish they would bring those back.
I used to get that and a blue Hugs, like the barrel sugar water drinks, and a honey bun. And those were my, oh, and then a Wonder Ball. Those were like my childhood treats.
Oh, Wonder Ball! You know they took those away because too many children were choking on the toy inside because they didn't know
Of course.
how
You
to
got
eat
a
a
toy
Wonder
inside? I
Ball.
got candy.
Well,
were,
that was
like,
like the
little
Kinder
pocket
Egg
candy.
situation too.
Oh,
Like we can't have Kinder Eggs in the U.S. because apparently American children don't know what the fuck is up.
I finally know what you're talking about. Whenever you're talking about Wonder Ball, oh my god, I barely remember those. Probably because I wasn't allowed to have them. Maybe that's why I hate chocolate. I don't know.
And you're like, I don't like it.
I don't like
I know everybody has like differing things on this. My family is nuts about holidays, so Halloween was huge. Was Halloween big for you, Hills?
Halloween was evil.
Yeah, I was gonna say from the good old Christian. Well, my family was always like, you can dress up any day of the year. You don't have to celebrate Halloween. And I was like,
Yep. We carved a pumpkin. We were carving a demon.
oh, okay.
So-
Well, my family was not that hardcore, but still.
It was very sad. It's very sad. So I
But
don't-
now,
Oh, but now I'll buy my own candy, bitches.
You can
um,
come trick or treat at our house. That'll be good.
yes. Oh my gosh. Next year, Hillary come in costume. We will do this.
Just-
Oh, we invite you inside. Okay, catch me like this.
Mhm.
We invite you inside, and you go to each one of our bedroom doors within the house. So you start at the front door, and then you can go to each one of the bedroom doors, like the bathroom doors. We'll make sure we
The
have you all
porch
set up.
door.
Yes, the porch door.
That's too good.
We'll do the
I'll
whole
hide
thing.
behind a wall.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Oh, that's so fun. I love that a lot.
That's incredible. I have a friend who, shout out to Duffy, wants to come to America because they are Scottish, and they said that in the UK that Halloween's not really a big thing. So one of their biggest aspirations when they come to America, because they're coming in October, is to go visit a spirit Halloween. Because they have never been to a spirit Halloween and they do not have those things. Also, Library of Lost Tales, please let us know, is Halloween a big old deal to you? Because they're from South Africa.
Also, Casual Canuck, Canada?
I feel like Canada probably. Yeah, let us know.
I don't know.
So it's funny because Spirit Halloween I worked at for 9 years, and my last year
That's
I worked
so long.
there. Yeah, for my last year I worked there. I was a store manager. So Spirit is like my heart, and I'm like a little shook that my mom wasn't like, you shouldn't work there. I don't know if maybe it was.
I
like
this motion.
You shouldn't work there. I don't know. But so it was a job I had for a very long time. And that's
incredible.
There were some times there that were not fun, but my last year as a store manager, real good. Love that shit. The putting that store together was the worst.
I believe you.
You ever see us whenever you go into a Spirit Halloween, just any of those employees just be like, "You're a badass for putting this fucking store together," because it was a nightmare every year trying to because they had the big those are big cardboard cutout things that are built in the middle of the store. There were lots of curses yelled out into the night because those things are a pain in the ass to put together.
We love a budget IKEA. That's dope.
Yes.
Budget IKEA. Oh my god. Also, shout out to Game Burrito Girl. Hi. Thank you guys for coming.
Hello.
Casual Connect said yes, Spirit Halloweens are a thing up here and Halloween in general.
I always make the assumption that Canada and the US have a lot of overlapping traditions too. But also you don't know. So
yeah, no, better not to assume. Also, in trick-or-treating in the snow.
Dude, that's wild. I can't even think about that.
I literally trick-or-treated one time. I have this memory, and I kid you not, I was probably 4. I was a tiny ladybug. But it was me and my cousin. I was a ladybug, and he was a bee. And it was October in Ohio because we were visiting my dad's family. And we were going, and my dad was like, "They don't need a jacket. It's fine. It's one of the warmest Octobers we've ever had." And so we got an hour in, the sun started to go down, and me and my cousin were like, and so my mom was like, "Nice spot. I told you you should have brought a jacket for him." Again, my mom doesn't sound anything like that. But I remember
everybody's mom sounds like that.
Everybody's mom sounds like that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I was 4, remembering with my little ladybug hat on, little antennas. I'm like, "I'm really cold. Why is this happening to me?" And then being like, "Oh, candy."
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I really liked the way that your dad said, "You don't need a jacket."
You don't need a jacket.
Also, he sounds nothing like that either. But
the way you said that, it made me so happy.
You don't need a jacket.
A jacket.
That was forever my dad being like, "It's fine, you don't need a jacket," and then my mom being like, "You definitely need a jacket."
Now he's from New York, so that's even better.
I know. Okay, so I don't know what this is. If all of y'all's moms chat, please tell me if your moms do this. I gotta know. My mom, it doesn't matter because we live in Florida. It's like, "You need a jacket," and I'm like, I don't need a jacket. It's 90 degrees outside, mother. And she's like, "No, you need a jacket." I'm like, "I really don't need a jacket." And so we would go back and forth all the time like this. And my mom's very, she's got a sixth sense. She always has these weird premonitions, and she's correct every single time. So I learned to listen to that really young within myself, and whenever my mom says it, and she's like, "I just have a feeling that you need a jacket tonight." And I was like, "Mom, it's 90 degrees out and it's 6 p.m. There's no way I'm gonna need a jacket." And she was like, "All right, don't bring your jacket, but don't come to me when you're cold." And I was like, "Fine, I'm not gonna bring a jacket." And so I didn't bring one. And sure enough, wherever we had gone to, it was very, very cold on the inside. I was like shivering because I was so cold in this building. And my mom goes, what, are you cold? And I was like, yeah, I'm really cold. And she was like, well, that's interesting. And out of her tiny Mary Poppins bag, pulls out a cardigan for me to wear and is like, I brought you a cardigan since you didn't want a jacket. I told you you needed a cardigan. And I was like,
I have a follow-up question that relates directly to this. Did your mom or dad or grandparents or whatever keep jackets in the car that were like the car jackets? That you were like, it's for when we go into the restaurant. It's for when we go to the movie theater. Oh, I had a like Grimace blue purple, furry. I'm gonna find a way to bring this character into every session.
Yes.
McDonald's, if you ever see this, we would love to be sponsored by you.
Send us a mascot.
Grimace specifically. Meet and greet anyone? No.
Oh my god.
I would lose my shit, man.
So it was this huge, like, oversized fleece jacket that was this weird blue-purple color. My parents were super into LL Bean for a while. I don't know. Like, we had, like, the rolling backpack and the slippers and the pajamas. Anyway, we had that jacket forever, and it was always, like, the restaurant jacket, like the movie theater jacket, and it stayed in the car. And by God, that thing came in handy constantly, redonkulous, all the time.
That's amazing.
And that is a mother mood. That is
Longer said that they were told to bring a windbreaker because it would probably rain later.
I mean, you're right. It probably will. Everyone, if you're not from Florida or you've never been here, during the months of, let's say, April through September, 2 to 3 p.m. every day, it's raining.
Yeah.
And then it stops, and then it's good.
Okay, but I feel like it's a very Floridian thing to do this, where you have a umbrella, or like, I don't know if people have rain jackets, because I to this day have never owned a rain jacket, but you have an umbrella that you keep perpetually in your car, but you never use it. You never use the umbrella, because it reaches a certain point where it's like, it's not raining hard enough for you to need it, so you might as well just run, or it is raining too hard and it comes in sideways, so it wouldn't matter anyways, so you don't use it at that point. So you need to have like the perfect form of rain to use an umbrella.
Exactly. It's never a straight down drizzle either. It's either a sun shower, which again, for non-Florida folk, it looks like there is not a cloud in the sky. It is sunny as all hell, and it's just drizzling from nowhere. Or it is like Cat 4 hurricane style, just like goosh, like
there's no in between.
So much, and there's never like a relaxing rain here. No.
Every once in a while. Like sun showers is what I'd call it.
There was the other day that was like a full day of rain, but it wasn't like insane. Like it was like a few days before Christmas, and that's why it got like actually really cold. That's the first day I think I've ever been like, this is nice.
Yeah.
And it's not
absolutely
hurricane for 2 minutes, and you're like, okay, that's over.
As someone who had to drive through that rain, my car, I was driving, and I drive, it's a little cube car. It's not that big, it's not that powerful, but it gets me from point A to point B and back. I got blown, my whole car got blown as I was driving across 3 lanes, and I had no control over my vehicle whatsoever. So when I say that cute little storm was not that cute, it's not that cute.
Amazing.
But I'm so used to that. I feel like if I had to drive in snow, I wouldn't know what to do, but I could drive during a hurricane, no problem.
Yeah, I feel that.
Incredible.
I feel that for sure. Oh my god. I just want more cold weather. We got it for like a day, and I'm like,
and then it was back to being 80 the next day.
It's some garbage. I don't understand.
Let's see, our weekly forecast is 79, 82, 84, 82, 66, and that's it.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Snow driving practice. Yeah, I think all of us would need that.
That's my favorite thing is that Casual Connect will just randomly send me videos of like snow culture because I always tell him I'm like I don't know what the fuck that is, and so I'll send him Florida videos every once in a while, and then he'll send me Canada videos,
Oh my
and
god.
the one is like he always tells me he's like yeah when it snows a lot on the road it's just like I don't know, pick a side and hope you stay on it, and I'm like all right, rock on.
Oh my
And
god.
like that's
And
kind
ours
of how
is
I feel
like,
about like
hey, did you want
driving
to
monsoon.
hydroplane and drive a car boat? No problem.
Exactly.
We
Just
got
take your
you.
foot off the gas.
We
Yeah,
got you,
Yeah, take
Saff.
your foot off the gas and let it ride. Oh man, for sure. That is such a regional cultural thing. I love that. I love that very much.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So I guess that means that I've just had like insane like storm like shit like that, and then also just pure a different kind of bipolar weather, because I feel like Florida is also very bipolar, and it's 80, 90, and then tomorrow's 30. You know, that kind of bipolar, which Texas has that too, but it's like tornado, 100 degrees, 30 the next night, and it's like. It's
Yeah, at least with
absolutely
Florida, we can track
destroys.
a hurricane pretty decently.
Yeah.
When I
yeah.
was living in Nashville, that was the first time I had experienced like a winter,
Oh,
and
Sure.
it snowed for the first time. And granted, I've seen snow like on a winter vacation or something like that, where it's already on the ground or like it's on the mountain or whatever I'm doing. I've experienced snow. When I saw snow come from the sky for the first time, I literally, and I'm not even joking, I turned to the person I was with and I went, "What's burning? Like, where's this ash coming from?" And they were like, "It's snow." And I was like, "It's what?
Oh my god.
It's what? It's what?" I was like, "Is this fallout? Like, what's wrong?"
Is this Fallout? Incredible. Well, with that note, I guess we'll start closing her up because we're getting close to that time. Some final notation, just so you guys know, it was really fun. I started this hobby podcast about storytelling. It's called Laurel Traditions. I'm really excited about it. Hopefully, you guys will be able to listen to it soon. It's available on Spotify and Google Podcasts. And it's great. We basically improv a brand new story every single time by collaborative storytelling and improv. It's a ton of fun. Otherwise, you can catch me every Monday on the Ice Cream Sandwiches, what is that called? Stream this Monday, Beyond the Realms, playing D&D. And that is pretty much it. Thank you, everybody. Bunny?
Sure. You can find me on many places, but on the socials, I am at Precisely Erin on everything. You can call me Bunny or Erin. Just a tidbit in there. Other than that, I have a lovely little show called We're Only Gonna Do This Once every Friday at 8 p.m. EST, where we play tabletop role-playing games one time, myself and a friend of mine named Reed, and we have a circulating cast, and it is super fun because we almost never know what we're doing, and it's delightful, and we only play them once, so it's always different. And of course, here on Niche Deep every Tuesday at 8 p.m. What about you, Hills?
I don't have anything coming up at this time, but that's okay. I will probably be planning on streaming myself coming up in the next few weeks. I'm gonna jump back on. That'll be at Legend Hillary. I don't even have a schedule yet. Listen, let's get wild. We don't know what the hell we're doing. Nobody knows yet. We're just gonna start out 21 in a good headspace. So I do a bunch of random stuff over there. It's tarot card reads. Probably be playing some games since I have a better system now. But that's really it for right now. So we're gonna go raid the Full Spectrum. They are a nerd podcast, and they are talking about what were they talking about? Hold on. A year in gaming, and they seem like cool dudes. 3 dudes just chilling. So let's go and raid them. Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out.
Happy
Thank
New
you,
Year!
guys.
Happy New
next
Year, and we will
year.
see you next Tuesday. Niche Tea. Bye, guys.